This is typically the sweet spot for the Silverado. We'll see if that's still the case. I'll include a link to the Jerry Signer Chevy here in Salt Lake's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this RST. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood is a 5.3 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic. Fuel economy 16 around town, 20 on the highway, with power outputs being 355 horsepower and then 383 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help me out with that. This radiant red is one of the coolest colors on a Silverado, and I think the contrast from the darker headlight bezel and then the blacked out elements in the grille work with it quite well. This does also come with recovery points and fog lights. Altogether, the RST gives the Silverado a more premium appearance. Tire wheel setup is 275 by 60 by 20. The wheel's completely blacked out and you got nice all-terrain tires. Z71 is why you have those all-terrain tires, by the way. Blacked out mirror cap, and then you can see body painted door handles. This truck has leaf springs, and then with Z71, it's got Rancho shocks. Now, unlike a Trail Boss, it's not lifted in the front, so it does have a little bit of a rake where the back end sits a little bit higher. When it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock function, remote start, tailgate drop down, and then the Chevy bow tie there on the back. LED bed lights. This one doesn't have bed liner, always easy to add, of course. We do have an outlet in the bed, and then this one has the multi-function tailgate, so you've got the step and everything. And always remember, if you buy one of these, and it's multi-flex by the way, make sure to not skip bicep day. You do get the upgraded taillights with the RST, and then you can see body painted bumper with the bumper steps, but the exhaust tips are still chrome. That will cap things off for the exterior. Let's now check out the interior. You got some of that wood trim up top, and then you've got blacked out soft touch over the top section of the door panel with some stitching. Cloth seats with the RST package. They are in a 60-40 split, and you can pick up the seat if you want more storage underneath. Legroom back here is good. Got a little storage pocket, cup holders, USB ports, and a vent, and then headroom back here is also good. Keyless entry for up front, and let's pop in. Now this has the convex mirror to help out with the blind spot, and then you'll note that the front window is automatic, and then we have more of that soft touch trim on the door panel. Payload is 1789, towing capacity is 9200. Cloth seats up front, and the driver's seat's power adjustable with lumbar support. The passenger seat is manual. To the left of the steering wheel we have our select for the driveline. This does have a part-time four-wheel drive system, but with auto. It also has the drive mode select, tow haul mode in that area, and then your light controls. Well, let's fire it up. Soft touch all around the steering wheel. You can see paddle shifters in the back too. Practical controls in the front face for the center. Voice command controls. There's radio controls in the back. Cruise control on the other side with your heated steering wheel button. Digital gauge cluster. You can change the information that's displayed there in the center, and then it'll display what the drive line's doing, and then the drive mode off to the side. Just a regular backup camera, but it does have good resolution. As for the rest of the infotainment system, shortcut bar there on the side. You've got the main screen, which does respond quickly. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then you have the side tab, which also responds relatively quickly. Physical buttons below, so shortcut for the home screen, and then you've got your lane departure, auto stop, start, tailgate, drop down, stability control, and then hill descent. Below that, we've got our trailer brake controls, dual zone climate, heated seats, and then some USB ports. Of course, you got the shifter in the center. Phone charging pad, an outlet, some more USBs inside the console. It does have soft touch. Same thing with the top glove box lid and just the top of the dash. Finally, this is equipped with a power sliding rear window. You just got a button for that. 2026 Silverado RST, $63,700. Let's take it out and see how it performs. Let's set off in the RST with the V8. Camera system, although not 360, gets the job done. One thing I do like about the Chevy cameras is the depth on them is pretty good, and so the lines and everything, like it's all pretty accurate. Some cameras, the depth perception is not good at all, and so reversing is kind of a challenge to an extent. But yeah, this is not bad at all. So, gosh, you gotta love the smooth power delivery of a V8. That is one thing that, you know, no matter how much torque they stuff in those turbo engines, they just can't exactly mimic. You know, some of the turbo hybrids are getting close, but it's still not there with the V8. Because there's always, like, one of the things that's definitely noticeable is even though these turbocharged engines produce so much torque in the low end, that turbo lag is just always going to be there. It's always a thing no matter what. And like I said, it's very noticeable. But this, boom, you get on the pedal and it's going, because you get that instant V8 response. So the seats, in normal Chevy fashion, they're firm. These seats are pretty controversial, because someone like myself, I think they're fine, but I've had people tell me, they're like, nope, too much of a park bench, can't do it. I understand that, I respect that. And maybe that's something that Chevy should consider. Like, just make the seats a little bit squishier, and customers will probably enjoy that. And it's weird to me, because Ford and Ram both have seats that are significantly squishier right out of the batch, right out of the gate. So it's kind of interesting to see the difference. The two automakers. Yeah, you gotta love that torque. Yeah, super smooth. So, with the RST, is it still the best kind of bang for your buck? I mean, I think originally yes, but now that they have the Trail Boss Custom with the Duramax available, that to me seems to be like the best all around, because although this has a bit more luxury than a Trail Boss Custom, obviously the interior's a little bit nicer, a lot of the stuff that this adds to the interior, I personally don't care about. Like, you know, heated seats, that is one of the easiest things to add aftermarket. And it doesn't have a 360 camera, it has just more digital stuff, and the digital stuff is what tends to break on these new cars. And so, from my perspective, and you know, the power seat's nice. I'm pretty sure the Trail Boss Custom has a power seat though. So with that, I mean, I don't think you have, I have to double check again, I don't think you have four-wheel drive auto. Maybe you do. But either way, you get so much stuff with that truck, whereas this is over 60 grand now, and it's a nice truck. It just doesn't seem as appealing to me. Like, having the screen stuff, I think, is probably appealing when you have it with the 360 camera and, you know, the other tech, heads-up display, camera rearview mirror. Then it's like, okay, I'm all in on the tech. But when it's like the bigger screen and it doesn't really have that much function, I mean, it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you still have that on the smaller screen too. Just doesn't seem as exciting as the Trail Boss Custom, or just the Custom in general. The Custom is such a good value if you get it with a good powertrain. So let me know your thoughts on the RST, but I'm going to say that the RST is no longer the best bang for your buck Silverado. It's now the Trail Boss Custom. But if you do want a little bit more luxury than the Custom offers, well, this gives you that.